And I kind of love the fact that I was able to use the cheese grater to get like a thinner noodle. I was recently trying to figure out how in the heck do they make cellophane noodles? Sometimes they're called glass noodles, they're called bean thread noodles. They're really interesting clear noodles that is used in a lot of Asian cooking. After looking at a bunch of these different mung bean noodles, they all had the same ingredients. Mung bean starch and water. I mean, really basic ingredients. So I tried a few different methods of making these, and I ended up just heating up the mung bean starch in some water and pressing it through a potato ricer. Needless to say, they didn't come out that great. Now, after doing just a little bit more research, what I thought I figured out ended up being a really simple recipe for clear jelly noodles. So I wanted to give them a try here on the show. Let's make some clear jelly noodles. Before we get started, I wanted to let you know that today's video is sponsored by my friends over at The Tilt. They have a new series called Asha Eats, and it's about Asha trying things for the very first time. She's the world's pickiest eater, and I'm telling you, it's hysterical. I've watched every video in this series. I mean, she's never had ketchup before. So make sure you head over to The Tilt. I'll leave a link in the description below and let them know in their comments that SauceStache sent ya. I really can't wait to see what Asha eats next. I mean, she had a cheeseburger for the first time on video. It's mind-blowing to me. Now, I thought that I discovered this recipe on my own. I made it in my kitchen just a little bit before shooting this video, but for the exact measurements, I got this from East Meats Kitchen. That is where you're gonna find the ingredients for this recipe. But all you need is some mung bean starch and some water. You don't need a whole lot. We're gonna be doing a few other seasonings and flavors once the noodles are done, but for right now, let's get these noodles rolling. So we're gonna start with 1/2 cup of the mung bean starch. I will say the starch gets everywhere. It's such like a light powder. It just goes everywhere. I mean, it's just so crazy to me. So we're gonna add just a little bit of water to this starch and whisk it up just to make kind of like a starter paste. Thinking probably about 1 cup of the water. Now we're gonna take our remaining water and put it into a medium-sized saucepan, and we're gonna get this up to a nice boil. Just get this water boiling. Okay, so once we got the water to a boil, I'm gonna bring this down to a pretty low heat. I'm gonna give the mung bean starch water mixture here just one more mix. I'm gonna bring this water to a stir and then add the mung bean starch to this water. It's gonna immediately start to gel up really, really quick. It's really wild how this gels up. Okay, once that gels up pretty good and it's fairly clear, we're gonna remove it from the heat. This is what's gonna make your noodle. Now I have a large IKEA glass container. We're just gonna throw this whole jelly mixture right into that container. What I'm gonna do is give this a few shakes and a few drops. And now we're gonna throw this in the fridge probably overnight. This should cool down and solidify. It's gonna be one big noodle. Okay, so this has been in the fridge overnight. It's looking really good. It should, I'm thinking, come right out, and it did. So commonly with the clear jelly noodle, it's sliced up into little squares, almost like rectangle cubes. I'm gonna try another method that I saw I guess in street food in China. They use it looked almost like a cheese grater to pull noodles off of this. So like long kind of noodles. I mean, and so far it looks really good. It looks like I'm pulling these long noodles. I mean, that's pretty exciting. This is really cool. Heck yeah. I mean, that couldn't have came out more perfect with these perfect noodles. Now, I know the street food version of these, they're a little bit longer, but I think these are just gonna be perfect, dead on. I mean, just look at these. Oh, so awesome. So awesome. I mean, this is just a perfect bowl of clear noodles. And I mean, how neat is this? Perfect. Pretty tasteless, but they do have a little bit of a sweet end to them. Now, commonly this is served as like a summertime noodle, the clear jelly noodle. Like I said, it's usually like a large square. Now I'm gonna follow kind of the recipe that's over on East Meats Kitchen, but if you want the more authentic version, make sure you check out her recipe. I'm gonna link that in the description below. But it is gonna be just a little bit of sugar on top with some soy sauce. She's using a dark vinegar. I'm gonna be using just a rice vinegar. A little bit of sliced garlic, some coriander, and crushed or chopped peanuts. gonna do a little bit more soy sauce just to top there. And that's it. That is our clear jelly noodle. I mean, this is so awesome. That is just wonderful. Just wonderful. Let's pick up some of these noodles. That is, that's so perfect. So perfect. This is some soft, clear jelly noodles with the seasoning on it, with some nuts and soy sauce, vinegar. I mean, just everything goes together. That's so wonderful. I mean, that is so wonderful. How have I never made this before? Oh my God. So easy to make. That's just, I mean, look at those noodles. I'm sure the big square noodle would have been good, but I really do think this thinner noodle just really makes it. So awesome. I wonder if Asha would eat this. Gang, make sure you head over to the Tilt. I'm gonna leave a link in the description below. Thank you to those guys for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate it. And leave a comment on their channel. Let them know that you came from SauceStache. Make sure you click that subscribe button. It is worth it. That new show, Asha Eats, that is funny to me. That is some serious funny stuff. You think you would eat this, Asha? Let me know. Let me know. I don't know why you wouldn't. It's delicious. Gang, the people over here listed on the side, those are the people from the Sauce Squad. Thanks to all the new members of the Sauce Squad lately. You can join the Sauce Squad over at patreon.com/SauceStache. Make sure you click the subscribe button and click this video. There's gonna be another video that YouTube thinks you'll like. Also, here's Asha Eats. Make sure you click on this, go over there and watch them. Thanks, later.